So when I left off, I was using this deck right here, which is an extremely potent living in deck. So just to go over the deck list here, kind of divide everything up into their respective piles. Control spells, draw spell. Okay, so we have the combo core of the deck is 4 Living End, 4 Violent Outburst, 3 As Foretold. Violent Outburst will always cascade into Living End because the way we structured our deck, mana costs. As Foretold is our backup. You could play this and cast Living End out of your hand. We have 4 Force of Negation and 4 Endurance. The Force of Negation, this is really why this deck is top tier, because it's a combo deck that combos out for 3 mana at instant speed with Violent Outburst, which means you can combo at the end of the opponent's turn. That also runs for Force of Negation, which means that you can Force of Negation back up your combo, which is kind of OP, to be honest. For Endurance, this gives us graveyard control. It hates out graveyard decks and also gives us the ability to break the mirror and also just like deal with graveyard decks, deal with fair decks that have a bunch of creatures in their graveyard when we want to go off. We have 4 Wistfulness. This can either destroy artifacts or enchantments or draw 2 and discard. That means that this can get 2 creatures in our graveyard most of the time, or it can clear out things like Graveyard Hate from the board. 2 Callum as like kind of a backup card. This is like can give us a backup win condition basically. 4 Colossal Sky Turtle. This can be used to either buy back our combo pieces or like buy back Force of Negation or Endurance for interaction. Or it can be used to bounce creatures against like pump decks or creature decks. Force Striped Riverwinders is just a 5/5 cycle hexproof for 5/5 hexproof that cycles for 1 blue. 4 Waker of Waves. This is another draw to basically discard 1. You look at the top 2 cards, you put 1 in your hand, the other in your graveyard for 2 mana and a channel. This also has the creatures your opponent, it shrinks our opponent's creatures' powers, which can be relevant. And then for our mana base, we have 1 island, 1 mountain, 1 forest, 1 steam vents, 1 stomping ground, 1 breeding pool, 4 mana confluence, 4 starting town, 1 waterlogged teachings, 4 Oiliphants, and 4 generous ints. And I count these as lands for the purposes of how many lands are in the deck. So you may notice that we only have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 lands. But that's because we have 8 land cyclers. So, and we only need to hit 3 mana. So that means that we're effectively running 23 lands, which allows us to have a very dense deck with regards to like drawing good stuff, basically. Um, so that said, what Living In basically does is it destroy board wipes all the creatures on the board and takes all the creatures out of the graveyard and puts them on the board. Uh, and the fact that we can do it at instant speed is really what sets this deck apart and makes it strong. The fact that we can do it at instant speed and have things like Force of Negation to back it up is very, very powerful. Which makes sense because I hit rank 1 with this deck last season. Okay. This is fine. We have Force of Negation to deal with unfair strategies. We have the ability to get all the land we need, and we have card draw to start hunting for our combo pieces. So I'm pretty happy with this. We'll allow it. If it's Reanimator, we may have to wait to go off. Yeah, and it is. Alright, so against Reanimator, let's play this. We're going to prioritize using our Oiliphants first because they're better creatures to be resurrected, number 1, and number 2, Generous can be pitched to pitch cast Endurance, and Endurance is going to be exactly what we want to find for this matchup. So we do have the ability to stop his first attempt to reanimate here. What do you discard? A Shieldred. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cycle this. We'll take the additional blue, shock this in, pass the turn, and now we either start drawing. It depends on what he reanimates, right? What he does. If he reanimates, we will probably. It depends on what he reanimates. If he reanimates something that we can just bounce, then we would be fine with that. But he's not reanimating anything. Like if he were to reanimate Colossus or Bahamut, like any of these cards are actually fine. If he reanimates them, we just bounce it. Let's draw some cards. Try to hit some gas. Okay, this is good. So we'll take the Waterlog Teachings because in another turn we can use it to fetch up either our win condition or we can use it to fetch up more likely an endurance. Necromancy is going to get back Shieldred, Fear, Colossus, or Bahamut. So I would assume he's going to grab Bahamut here. Let's allow it in because we have the bounce spell. Oh, he's going to take our cards. Okay, that's fine. If he does that, we can bounce it and then reuse it. Our cards are not really a huge threat to us here. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and bounce Aroni that. Okay. And do we want to? I think we do. Cycle for the land here. Okay, and there's our creative outburst. So now we want to cast Waterlog Teachings to pick up Endurance. At least three. If you do return that to the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter. So what's he grab? Do we care about this? Because okay, so if he grabs a creature, he's gonna grab Bahamut. Um, we don't want him to do that because we wouldn't have an easy way to get the Bahamut out of his hand, and we're not able to pitch cast Endurance with only one green card in our hand, and it's a okay. That's better. So now we can Endurance and Violent Outburst. All right, we're gonna just do this. Do that. Do this. Pick up the Endurance again. That's quite good. I think he's dead. I don't think there's going to be much that he has to counter this. Okay, looks good. We got the land we need. We got Counterspell backup, and we got Violent Outburst. Couldn't really ask for a better hand here. We will defend our hand against Thoughtseize, I do think. We're just gonna do this. Alright, so he discards our Violent Outburst. If he has Surgical here, we're in a lot of trouble. If he doesn't have Surgical, we can just buy it back with Turtle next turn, which is what I'm hoping. This feels like Reanimator that just drew two Thoughtseizes. Green blue. All right, now we're not worried about surgical anymore. We can counter surgical with Colossal Sky Turtle. Of course, if he waited till I use Sky Turtle to surgical, it would blow us up. But most people aren't thinking that far ahead. We don't want to see him pitch any good creatures. Okay, perfect. All right. Pick that back up. Pass the turn. I guess that was enough for the opponent here to scoop it up. This deck is surprisingly resilient. Now, a deck running four Thoughtseize and four Surgicals can be a problem. But for the most part, the deck is pretty resilient. And that's part of why Turtle is so good in here, is because of the resilience it gives. We've got four turtles and four combo pieces and a bunch of interaction that we can pitch cast. You can use Turtle to pick back up a free spell, cast it again by pitch casting something else. You can do all kinds of fun little hijinks with this deck. Okay, so we will keep this. Oh, and we do have As Foretold in Living In, so we do have a way to cast this. And we also have Force. I think I'm thinking, yeah, let's force this. It's not what I wanted to do. But I do think it makes sense to force. Gets a land, can't do anything else. We would love to have a green card here. I'll pick up another Living End. Alright, well, the thing is, we kind of need to put them on a clock, so we're just going in. And next turn we can sit with Endurance open. Do you want to discard a card? Yes. Okay, sure. Card, sure. Let's do this. Grab this. Shock it in so that we can cast Endurance. Hard cast Endurance if needed. Pass the turn. Opponent has to go off here. Our main hope here is that he tries to combo off on his graveyard and we exile it and it dead ends him. Keep it coming. Yeah, so when he casts the Past in Flames, basically we endurance. Let him draw discard first. Okay, that's gonna give you 2 mana, which is what you spent to cast it. Okay, also 2 mana, what you spend to cast it. 1 mana. Back up to 2 mana. Is the last card a grape shot? Last card's a grape shot because he didn't discard right there. So I would say it's highly likely we're dead. He still can't cast Past in Flames again. Oh no, it wasn't a grape shot. There's a raw. So it all comes down to what this card is. This cost 4. Alright, we got him. And that's kind of how we interact with the Storm deck. We're basically trying to like gum up the works for them, right? Like we need a fast clock and or a bunch of pact negations. It was really risky to negate um, the ruby medallion early on, but I do think we had to do it. We would have probably lost the next turn. Looks fine to me. We have land. We have. Uh, so normally we want two of three things. We want a win condition, land, and interaction against unfair decks. So this has land and interaction against unfair decks. Okay. So we are going to actually counterspell the Tormod's Crypts right away. We throw down the multicolor because exiling an artifact here could be extremely relevant. So we throw down the multicolor land first, which I mean you still run this out regardless. But we basically want the ability to have double green or double blue because of the wistfulness here. I do think we're going to bounce the Emery so that he doesn't have the opportunity to buy back the Tormod's Crypts. We definitely want to cycle this. So we'll grab green blue here. Okay, we can stall for a while with the bounce spells. So then now we kind of have a choice. I think we do bounce it again, right? Might as well. Opponent went to get a sandwich apparently. getting a snack and taking a quick dump. Ugh. So we bounce Emery again. The problem is like once he gets the like we don't auto lose to the Torment's Crypt, but it is a problem. We need either our win condition now, um, or an endurance would also work. Let's just play this tapped, bounce Emery again. And now we're gonna have to desperation dig to try and find an answer to that Emery. So we'll use Waker first because endurance would be enough, and then we'll use endurance if we don't hit an answer with Waker. Never mind. I'll just bounce it again. That's actually really good because that means now we can use Waker before, like, at the end of his turn, which gives us the chance to get out our win condition or an answer to the crypt. Keep milling yourself, buddy. You're gonna mill his entire deck by just bouncing this Imri over and over. Do you not want to? Yeah, there you go. The other problem is that he has a pretty beefy graveyard now. Okay, this is a good card. This does give us an option. I mean, we're gonna do what we have to do here. So basically, when he tries to use Imri, we're gonna pitch cast Waterlog Teachings to get an endurance, and then, or no, we're gonna cast Waterlog Teachings to grab an endurance, and then we're gonna pitch cast endurance. I think that's our answer. All right, your go. And if he grabs something other than the obvious, I mean, it's obvious that he needs to grab the Torment Crypts, so he's almost certainly going to grab that. If you grab something else, we don't care. We'll use this to snatch a win condition and try to go off. He might have a counter spell too, which is something we have to keep in mind. I mean, regardless, we have to try. So it is what it is, right? Like, we have to give it a shot. All right. Let's see if he's got the counterspell. Sure. We are going all in here. All right, he gets the crypt. Let's see if he's awake next turn, right? So now we're just going to slam Wistfulness full cast and try to exile the Tormod's Crypt and see if he goes without full control on. I mean, we knew that was likely to happen, right? If we untap and we were to draw a win condition, we could respond to the Tormod's Crypt activation. So maybe we don't full mana slam the Wistfulness and we just go for the draw two. Come on, dude. You've been playing so slow this whole game. No, we don't want to do that. Undo. Actually, yeah, let's just do this. We just slam the As Foretold. We're not going to get any other value this turn, and so we're going to get our graveyard wiped. We didn't hit what we needed to. So now it's a real uphill battle for us. Although one more land and we can hard cast Generous Int. I don't think he's got too much that deals with it in his deck. He did not use the crypts. If I'm him, I use the crypts at the end of my turn and then buy it back with Emery. Cause like if he just sits with the crypt as like I'm gonna use this to counter me when he activates it, then there are some ways we may be able to get around with that. Uh, Basically waiting on him to crack it. Oh, he tapped it. I don't know if you should have tapped that, my brother. Grabs the Ornithopter, sure. Sure. I mean, we're dead next turn. Okay. All right, so the only chance is that he's sleeping. Oh, wait, no, he tapped Tormod's Crypt. Oh, we just win then, don't we? He does get the Cannoneer back here and an Emery. He can't counter it. At least not with that. Okay. I honestly don't think that's the right pick. I think you pick the thought monitor and try to go off as hard as you can. Because, like, you could potentially. I mean, maybe he just has enough to go off regardless. Because he's got 8 here. He needs to cast 2 more cards. If both the remaining. If he can cast both the remaining cards in his hand. Okay. He stays untapped. We're all in on face. Sure. Block, block. 15 in the air. Block, block. All right, so now what do we have in a graveyard? One, two, three, four, five. So we cannot let him keep the Kappa Cannoneers here. We will die. And if we cast Living End, we're gonna get our graveyard exiled, which is unfortunate, but I think required. Okay, so we activate this, grab this, cast Living In. He has to crack Tormod's Crypt here. Yep, sure. Yep. It's unfortunate, but I think not lethal. So, like, one of these goes away. Actually, no, we're gonna die because of the Tamio ult. How many cards? Well, he only has 19 cards left. 15 cards left. The Tamio ult is actually not that good. Alright. So, we just play the Sept, pass the turn. 10 cards left. How many? 2 more Emeries here? If we get another Living End, we could potentially mill him to death? I mean, all he really has to do, yeah, is grab the Arcbound Driver. Okay, we're dead. Fair. I mean, that was a struggle to just stop him from getting the Tormod's Crypt, and eventually he got it. And once he got past our defenses there, it's really an uphill battle for us. Especially like, there's a bunch of points where we could have drawn one of a bunch of different cards and been fine, but we didn't draw any of them. I don't think we saw a single endurance the whole game. Like the one time we tried to tutor for it, the tutor spell got countered. So yeah, I don't know what else to do there. I feel like we made the right play decision. We have land and mitigation again. I think it's okay. It's not. It's definitely not a great hand, but it's like not the worst hand ever. Next turn, I think we channel one of these. The next turn we tap the Land of War. I usually stack blue first, especially when we have all our colors already. Shock this in. Channel Callum to deprive the opponent of 2 mana for the turn. Wistfulness is not terrible. Each of up to 2 creatures, sure. Take 3. I mean, we're gonna be in trouble very. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, that is what we needed. Do we care? How much do we care? I don't think we actually care. Like, it's already done its job. That's the thing about As Foretold in this deck. The fact that you can cast it immediately makes it quite good. Like, we already got our value from it. We have a 2-turn clock. Okie dokie. Let's see. What next? What next? What next? The Mythic Tutor. The Pixel Art Raff. Okay, so we have Graveyard Hate and we have a bunch of card draw. That is fine. It is all 2 mana stuff, so we will go ahead and take the opportunity to play the Pain-Free Shockland. Next turn we can play the Starting Town and start wakering. Start waking up. Start getting woke. Okay, don't like seeing that. Do like seeing this. Swap this out for red-green. And we're just going to count on our endurance to see us through. Usually these decks require some form of graveyard recursion to combo out. Okay, this is good. I'm going to hold this just in case there's a surgical. And we are gonna simply... Okay, so... What we got in here? 1, 2, 3. There's an argument to be said for casting this right now. And I think I agree. Or... Okay. We will do it here. I'm gonna hold the endurances. I will note that this is 19 damage, so this is a lethal board. He has to figure out a way to combo out here. And Jeskai Will is a huge trap for him because we can go down to 4 mana, which should hopefully be enough. We're just trying to pick the spot to make it as awkward as possible. He does have a good amount of mana here. We could die. So now he has 3. Does he play the artist talent? Plays the Burgee. And the Raw gets 1 mana. Can play the artist talent. But he needs a ramp spell. I mean, we might lose. I think we did everything right. I don't think that allowing him to get more mana with Jeskai Will would have been the play. Do you want to flip it? You can't flip it because he hasn't spent enough spells. Okay. He does get the mana back. So we probably lose here then. Kept the card in hand. He has the wish too. Yeah, this is over. Hmm. Okay, sure. -8. We'll see what this hits. All right, we're dead. Very dead. He already wished. If we hadn't seen the wish already, I would stick around to see if he turtled out, but with him having already wished, we are very dead. Waiting around would just be wasting time. I normally, like, I am the type of player, as long as I have any out, I will usually not concede. Um, but as soon as I determine that there are no outs, I will immediately concede. I don't want to waste time, but I also am not the type of player who's like, oh, it's going badly for me and my chances are very low, but there's still a chance. I'm going to concede. Sure. We got the instant graveyard hate. We got land tutoring and draw. Bring blue. Shock Descend. Cast Wistfulness for 2 blue. Callum's always a good discard here. And we got As for Told, so we're gonna start slamming As for Told's next turn and try to get through whatever counterspells he's holding. And force the counters, force the counters. So like, oh, you're on reanimate. That's sus. Is it charm is sus? What the fuck is this guy playing? Okay, it could be Cavern consumed. Discard that. Play this. Play this. Play this. Counter draw, sure. I will point out that if we draw turtles, we can buy those back as well. So I'm pretty cavalier about throwing them out there and starting the attrition battle. Opponent's just on like all counter spells. It looks like counterspell, counterspell, counterspell. So slamming endurance into wistfulness might be good. It's gonna be like stifle control. Um, let's slam endurance this turn on the opponent's turn, and then like fully pay for wistfulness the next turn. We can keep the body and just start beating down that way. We can play endurance, cycle Oliphant. Sure. So this will grab Tormod's Crypt, probably. But he may not be expecting the endurance at the end of his turn. Sure. Force of Negation would have been really nice last turn. Oh, I didn't cycle. Fuck. That's actually a huge mistake not cycling. Right, nice. We win the Karn. We're going to go ahead and pitch Oilfont. And grab... I'm thinking just a mountain. So now there's a couple of... I think I'm just going to do this. Sure. Don't hate just having it to pitch to Force of Negation either. I was debating whether or not I should just hold it to have Force up. So we're just going to bash. We are not above beating down with endurance to win a game. Sure. You don't have 7 mana. Oh, okay. Evoke it, huh? Sure thing. Okay, that's quite good. So we'll go ahead and attack. Attack first. The Slam Wistfulness. Sure. I actually think he should have held on to that null drifter, because like my current strategy is to just beat down with counterspell back up and stop him from changing the board state very much. Uh, we could slam the generous ant. I think I'm just gonna chill. Chill with two counters up. I don't want him picking the best two cards from his top eight, so we are going to counterspell that. We are in the struggle bus portion of this fight. I don't understand piles like this, man. Like, I don't know how people play stuff like this. Like, Karn Null Drifter, like 10 different types of counter spells. What is this? Null Drifter? We do think he's out of spells, counter spells. Okay, makes a bunch of tokens. And K command? I don't know, man. So we will slam Generous Int here. Four top. Well, that's not good. All right, swing. He takes it. Sure. What is this? This is probably fucking Emrakul or some shit. Yeah, it's gonna be the steal all your shit Emrakul, I bet. I still think we slam the generous in there, but okay, it's a null drifter. We actually don't. Funny enough, we don't care that much about the null drifter. We do have reach down to 6, huh? Just slam. Um, do we want to attack here? I don't think so. We just chill. Anything else just giving him a free sacrifice? This would be a K command, I guess. K command for 4? No, consult for 9. Not good. That's not great. Not ideal. I kind of just feel like if you played this deck, you would just get blown out by like every fast creature deck. Maybe not. I haven't seen any board wipes. I mean, the thing is, next turn we can attack with Oliphant with Trample, give Endurance Trample, so we can attack with two 5/5s and a 6/4. The 6/4 and one of the 5/5s has Trample, which is lethal no matter what he does, I think. So he has to do something about the state of the board, because he's dead on board. There it is. Sure. Do you want to attack with Null Drifter? So the problem here is that attacking with more than one thing, I think he does have to pick something. So, like, no matter what, he's giving me something good. And if he grabs endurance, he doesn't have the ability to pitch cast it. So he could cast endurance and targeting myself. So his best answer here is to just attack with the Oliphant only. Yes. That's what he needs to do. Sure. No, you can't do that. Oh, fair, fair, fair. I thought it was only I thought it only targeted the attacking creature. So I was mistaken there. So yeah, this is not good. I mean, there's a lot of draws we could get here, and we're not dead yet. Cast this targeting myself? Sure. I'm thinking. If I just give it, how much does this cost? 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He doesn't have the mana to replay it. So he is 3 short, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not enough. What? Oh, it costs less. Okay. Sure. So we do this. And we'll note that this does mean we get 2 draws. He should also be tapping on my pain lands. He didn't do that. He doesn't have anything to pitch for endurance, so doing that is just a straight up mistake. So he attacks with a generous int. Yeah. I forgot it gets a cost reduction. So that was actually a pretty bad mistake on my part. Yeah. Sure. So the thing is, he can't actually attack here. I think suspending living in only hurts me. Wait, hang on. How many turns am I going to need to stall? 3 turns. Yeah, do it. So my thought process is right now with what we've got, we can block this for 3 turns. Like next turn, this will go down to 2. We lose an endurance. The turn after, it'll go down to 1. We lose an endurance. We don't actually make it. I needed to do that last turn. Okay, that changes the math a little bit. So now it's do or die. We have to either hit a win condition here or we lose. Okay, sure. Oh, it's got trample too. Yeah, I should have known. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I feel like I would get so frustrated playing that. Vandy Triple D 13. Okay. This looks like it's good, but it's not because we have no blue mana and we have no way to get blue mana. This is better. Put back one of these. That's a great draw. Okay, sure. That's pretty good too. The plan is forming here. So he's going to want to hold up Felia, right? So what we're going to do is draw right here. Endurance for sure. And now we're going to go ahead and cycle this for blue. Play this. Pass the turn. Sure. We'll set a stop on his combat phase and bounce that. Okay, sure. Did he really not? Okay, so what if I'm just thinking. I think this needs to draw cards. Like I don't actually think that the like we need to find our combo. That's fine. Okay, again, stop on the combat step. Bounce it. Pass the turn. I'm not protecting the as for told. Sure. That's fine. What if I like I almost think we take the hit. What has he got in here? A Dollmaker, Witch Enchanter. I almost feel like we take the hit and go for card draw. Okay, sure. So we're playing to our outs here. We're probably dead next turn, but if we draw our combo, then we can board wipe and it would be pretty devastating. So like, yep, sure. Buys back Pyro. Doesn't buy back anything. Well, this is gonna be weird to say. If I slam this, I'm dead either way. So we're dead here. Alright, we're dead. Fair. Maybe I should be getting harder towards win conditions in some of these hands. Usually your card draw is enough to find it, but hmm. I'm gonna just pack negate this, sure. Here you go. No. How about no? We just bounce that, right? Bounce it, make him play it again. I mean, depending on what he does. So we can use Colossal Sky Turtle to buy back the Pact Negation. All right, we're chilling. I'm. There's an argument to be said that we don't even outburst here. No, we do it. Oh, if you counter that, you're in trouble. Okay. You just lose then. Okay. Public service announcement. You have to counter living end, not the cascade spell. It has ward, bro. Yeah. You have to counter the spell that comes after. The initial spell does dick all. Like, don't counter that. It doesn't do anything. But if you counter the living end, then you would be responding to it correctly. Um, no, this is not good. Living End is a dead card for the most part. In our hand, we have land and draw of it. No, it's already a multitude. Okay, this is better. Yeah, as for Soul 2, this is going to be control. We have a pretty good hand against control. Opponent actually doesn't interact with us super well, with the exception of um. Okay, that's the land. With the exception of High Noon, which is annoying for us, but we will counter High Noon. Sure. We just fucking force him to battle over endurance each turn. Sure. So we're just chilling here. Opponent's in a control posture, but if we find our combo spell, we have double force. We will go off. Take another endurance, sure. Do we burn one? We could, but I think we skip. It's just a reprieve, right? One hit from the Tameo? Sure. And we get the swing back too? So we can just start slamming spells, right? If I slam this, actually, we've got double as foretold. We're just gonna evoke Wistfulness. Perfect. Works for me. We allow it. So now, yeah, we just keep channeling wistfulnesses. That's a good draw. And this is like why I like this deck so much is because against control, like it's kind of grindy. It's a grindy deck. All right, sure. Love it. We definitely don't expose that to our graveyard against this deck. I honestly think we just sit here channeling these guys. Jesus Christ. So like at this point, going off or not going off doesn't make a difference. So we'd kind of rather make him respond to this first. Okay? We will allow it. We're gonna start slamming as we're told, I think. Sure. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about this next turn here. I This deck feels so good against control decks as a combo deck. Like if you were Belcher and in that matchup, it would feel so freaking miserable. But with this deck, it's like, oh, you're just gonna like not cast anything and sit there and try to control the spells I cast. Okay, let me channel this. Let me channel this. Let me channel this. Let me cycle this. Let me cycle this. Let me channel this and bounce your shit. Let me channel this and fucking counter your shit for free. And like, you can actually take the like control side and just wait for the perfect opportunity to combo out. Um, yeah, this is great. Love it. All right, we're probably gonna get Thoughtseize. How much do we care about double colors here? I think we prefer to just take the least damage, so we're gonna do that. We'll grab green blue with this. Oh, we have endurance, by the way. Like he's doing our job for us right now. And if he tries anything fishy with our graveyard, we can just cast endurance. No living ends in here. I mean, we're just gonna try to go off. All right. That's bad. That's bad news, my man. That's a very lethal. So he, he hit us with the melted, and then we brought it all back on the next turn. Hilarious. I honestly think the best thing about this deck as a combo deck is that it feels good to play control decks kinda with it. Like you can kind of just chill and wait for your chance. And like you'll have a pretty good shot if you have a pact and a force of negation and like living end on the same like lined up. Um yeah, this is fine. We channel for land here. Just get red blue and then wistfulness next turn. Or Callum if it's something dangerous on the opponent's side. Alright, let's grab this. Let's draw some cards. There we go. So this is Red Storm. We're probably going to. Yeah, we're just gonna slam. See if you can combo out, my man. This is 12, 17, 18, 19. So lethal if he does any self damage. Alright. 6, 6, and 7. Yeah, we're just one short. Okay. Pyretic Ritual, another medallion. Oh, he did damage to himself, so he has to win. He probably can, but if he doesn't win, we win. We have Callum, like, he can't stop the damage with by chump blocking. So, like, he has to win here. Huh? 3, 4. Rends Resolve. Alright, I don't think Ruby Medallion helps him right now. Hey, that's a good one. Okay. He doesn't have the ability to make mana here. So he has 2 mana. He has 1 mana. Everything's too expensive unless he has a. Okay, he flips Raw though. He'd probably lose because of that. He has to hit ramp spells. Ramp, ramp. Past in Flames. Yeah, we're dead now. Well, let me see here. Okay, now he has the mana. I don't see the wish though. There's you some more mana. Another raw. No, you should definitely play the raw. Okay, there's the wish. We're gonna bail. This is over. Yeah. Okay. So like, there's a lot of stuff in our deck that could have kind of put it into that, but we just didn't have it. Usually, when we lose, it's because we didn't have an endurance when we needed one. um, I don't really like this. Let's try to do better. Okay, this is better. Let's run something like this. Red, blue. Okay, it's a mirror. All right, we're just chilling. See, this is not correct, my friend. Unless you're unless you missed your land drop, but he just played a land. You should play this at instant speed. Force is great. Okay. Still chilling. 3, 3. Okay, sure. Sure. So we're just gonna draw one from two and then draw one. All right. What do we want to do? So he just hard cast an endurance in the middle of his turn. I think we just let him do it, right? No sense getting our ego involved with it. That's fine. Let's go ahead and wake her. Wistfulness. Cycle for a land. Green, blue. So I could just slam Wistfulness here and start beating down with a 6/5. I like that. We have pitch cast for both of our other spells, so uh, yeah, we can get rid of this. We just keep slamming Wistfulness, I think, and holding up Endurance and Force. This guy is playing entirely on his turn. If you play like this, you'll have a bad time with this deck. You cycle this for. Oh, oops, nothing. Oopsie doopsie. Well, beat in. Yep. Going to full control here. Quincha's pointless. And this is the game for us. We're just going to let the opponent spell basically win the game for us. And I'm actually going to just go ahead and do this too. Yep. You cannot play this deck at sorcery speed. That is like that is the whole point of this deck, kind of, is how agile it is. It doesn't combo as lethally as a lot of other decks, like, and it is interactable, but it's flexible and like opportunistic. So if that guy had just played his cards at the end of my turn, it would have been a much more challenging match. He played his spell. He played Violent Outburst on his turn, so I was able to force negate with pitch casts still. I was counting on having to hard cast it, but okay. I think this is fine. So we're gonna just green, blue, red, as we're told, living end. Blue, blue, green. this is an instant speed. I want to make a deck that has four of these and runs Pact Negation because this to tutor for Pact is actually really strong as well. Can be done at instant speed. And then you can pitch cast twice the number of lands, one in your hand, one on the bottom. Okay, sure. So we're just chilling. We can teachings for Pact if we need to, or Violent Outburst. If this is just destroy creature, then we can just slam Endurance. We had a bunch of other outs in that one too. Like we had plenty of gas. This is fine. We have the ability to cycle for a land, so it's not as bad as it looks at first glance. Hey, Jakey. Voice of Victory. Alright, sure. That's another fun thing, is that we don't really care too terribly much about that. So we're gonna Callum here. It's not good. But we need a land. That'll do. Fragment. Fading Hope. Okay, I'm fine with that. It actually gives me something that I can pitch cast Endurance with if that comes up. And having just a Callum down is fine as well. So we just sit now. We have a Callum, we're in control. We're just gonna hardcast the Endurance when he attacks with that. You'll get our Forest. Yeah, we're on the beatdown opponent, not you. We can also desperation cycle this to look for pact if we need to, or endurance for that matter. Like he's trying to tempo me. Okay, there's 8 damage on the board. We also have a food. I think opponent went to get a sandwich. Next turn we can start slamming striped river winders, or even Waker actually. Although I feel like Waker's better as a draw spell. Sorry, bro. None of your counter spells work on my stuff. All right, this is pretty good. We're probably just trying to like wistfulness as soon as possible. We just need the third land. That's the third land. Perfect. We just want a blue card so that we can force. That's a blue card for sure. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, this will be him casting Rest in Peace, which is going to get force negated. And now we're just chilling until the end of his turn. Thanks and good game, dude. It's like even if they're shitty, like a 7/7 and a 6/4, or a 6/5 and a 6/4 that buffs a 6/5 to an 8/5 on turn like 3 is difficult for a lot of decks to deal with. Most decks. It's a very fast clock, and like oftentimes this deck will still have a control hold over the opponent with like force. Uh, this is very borderline. So we have to channel Oliphant, use Jin to find our next land, and I don't think we take. I think I'm going to put this back. Living in is pretty dead. Alright, this is better. We do have a problem with no red mana, but we'll find red mana. Okay, we might just be dead on turn 2. Let's find out. If we untap, we do have the Callum play. Charger, sure. You gonna pump? Sure. Alright, so he does Groundswell? Sure. Take 5. No problem. Okay. So the only thing we can do is basically hold up Callum. His biggest pump spell is sorcery speed. We might just be dead. Okay. He's got the fling, we're dead. Or the berserk. I think we're actually screwed here. Yeah, he's got the fling. Okay. So we would have died. Oh, hey, look at that. All right. We're actually still alive for a bit. We gotta do everything we can. So the problem is, if we Violent Outburst now, we die. Because he sacrifices all the creatures and it will be enough to kill us. Okay. We're dead anyway. I actually like this scroll deck. I think this scroll deck is competitive. Maybe not exactly in the shell he was running because I don't like the like. You need all your lands to make multicolor mana because the point of that deck is it's one of the most consistent turn two kills. It might be the most consistent turn two kill because you're running Berserk and Fling, which both enable turn two kills with scale up, and you're running all the sacrifice creatures that deal damage when they go out, and it just turn two played one of your 1/1s on turn one, turn two, scale up, it's a 6/4, Berserk, it's a 12/4, it does 12 damage with trample, it dies, it does 12 damage, 24 damage on turn two, or you hit for 6 and then fling it for 12 and they take 18 damage on turn two, which is usually also death because people run shocklands and things like that. Jake, hey, quit. Can we work with this? I don't think so. Um, no land. Great, we're fucked. On the play too. No land. All land. Red green. What is this? White. That's fine. You can play with that. You can play with that, dude. Okay, this is a problem though, because we don't have an answer to this immediately. Oh, I assumed you would be grabbing Rest in Peace here. So we play this and pass the turn. That enables us to hard cast Endurance if we need to. Next, non-creatures. Okay, that's fine. This is end of turn? Yeah. So he's gonna want to flicker that. But he will also probably attack with it. Yep, fine with that. Now we're just gonna slam Wistfulness. Sure, so all we need is a win condition here. And there it is. Okay. Actually kind of nice against that deck because the Cascade spell will always eat the debuff from the Stalwart Realm Warden. So they're trying to like flicker that guy. And if they can get him out fast enough, so like if you can land or elf into that guy on turn two, it means they probably can't cast their turn if they're not a creature deck. They probably can't cast their turn three spell that they wanted to cast, right? And then if you get a teleportation circle down, he just flickers every turn, and they get like they can never cast anything ever again, but it's chunky and awkward and kind of a meme. compared to just like a brutally efficient like S rank deck. Yeah, this is fine, I think. Well, we don't have any interaction, but we have a lot of dig. We do have wistfulness and a bounce. I mean, I think I do take it. Sure. So this is what I mean. We may very well be dead here. If we can get another turn without dying, we're in good shape. This guy seems to be running the better version of the deck, I think. Jake, no, hey, stop. No. Yeah, this is the better version of this deck. Like, or maybe was this the same guy? You want everything making green and red mana with this deck because you want to enable the turn two kill as much as possible. And there's a few like sneaky things you can do to make the deck like more resilient than you would think as well. Like you could put Ink Moth Nexus in the sideboard. Yeah, God, this dog. Getting on the table, and I have to like tell him to stop. Okay, hey, come here, buddy. Hey, come on. I need to take them out pretty soon, so this will probably be the last game. So, okay, we have Graveyard Hate. We have 2 mana, so it might be worthwhile to actually start drawing cards here. That works. Well, it's not the best, but okay. Seems bold. Jake, come here. Jake. All right, so our hope is that this terminates in like the storm off from your graveyard, which kind of feels like it. 4 mana. All right, that's what we wanted to happen. Now he's down to 2 cards. He does have Artist Talent though, which is kind of a bitch for us. He could have discarded a spell card to cast it there, by the way. Right, so we hold this in case he casts a Raw, and then we kill the Raw. We can also use it to kill his graveyard. Like if, because we have a endurance, so like if he tries to storm off on his graveyard again, we can actually exile his graveyard with Violent Outburst. Play the Jessica's Will. No, well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, play the Manamorph first. All right, what's the last card here, brother? Jessica's Will. That's gonna get him 5, sure. Now play Past in Flames. We play Past in Flames. Endurance comes back. We exile his graveyard. This deck, there's so many little neat interactions like that. I really do like this deck a lot. I'm gonna do one more and see if we can rank up. If I lose this one though, or win, it really is the last one. We're at like one pip away from moving up to Diamond. So we have lands and a tutor. I think this is good enough, probably. Red blue. Also, Sky Turtle can be pretty good here. Like if he brings back Sin, um, sure, we just allow it, right? Okay, okay. Oh, love that. That's exactly what we want to see right there. He has, I think he has necromancy, is what I think. But him leaving me with the Sky Turtle is really good. Down to 13. We could buy the tutor back, but where does that leave me? I don't think that's right. Vogue for two. Ditch a Wicker and this. Play a mana confluence. Pass the turn. So I think now I am gonna go ahead and do. Wait. Uh, okay. We just have to let it in. Takes as foretold again. Sure. What is the last card here? Okay, you're down. He's down to nine. So like life death is just about off the table, right? We actually don't mind him. Okay, and there's the violent outburst too. Um, sure. Draw two, discard. Okay, so now we're just gonna kill him, and we're actually going to go ahead and buy back Waterlog Teachings. Channel this for mana. Okay, so we can't Violent Outburst right now because he's a Reanimator deck and he has a card full. He has a graveyard full of gas. But what we can do is Waterlog Teaching to grab Endurance, and then the next turn. Okay, there it is. Rank up to Diamond. So now I need to rank up to Mythic. But hey, pretty productive session there. All right, later.